Yes, folks, you heard that right. Make a whopping $150 per hour online just by answering questions. And that's paid right into your PayPal account within 24 hours. Sounds pretty insane, right? Well, yes, it absolutely does, but what will sound even crazier is that to make this money, you don't need any specific training, skills, talent, or expertise to begin with. There's not even the need for specialized equipment, and all you're going to need is a good internet connection and, most importantly, a camera. But a simple smartphone camera would suffice too. We'll get to why you need a camera in just a second, but first, do note that basic understanding, good analysis, and communication skills are still crucial elements for this to work out correctly. Now, with that out of the way, let's actually dive into the video. So the platform that we're talking about today is called MindSwarms, and it is essentially a survey site, probably the biggest one out there. Unlike typical ones that pay between a few cents to $5 survey at max, MindSwarms on average pays around $50 per survey and takes roughly 20 minutes to complete, making it a mind-blowing payout rate for a survey site. But there is a little catch to this. You see, MindSwarms requires you to do video surveys, and that's why you will need a camera. Communication skills are also necessary for this because you'll be talking in front of the camera for a good 20 minutes, conveying opinions as well as explaining and expanding on answers to make your survey count. However, before getting deeper into this, let's provide you with some transparency about MindSwarms' operational side and goals. So, you might have already heard that in the world of business, an untested idea is a bad idea. And staying true to this, the surveys and questionnaires MindSwarms conduct are essentially market research to farm public data, which later leading brands and companies utilize for improving their products. This data is also incorporated by advertisers to get a better understanding of the likes or dislikes of their target market and audiences. It's nothing new, obviously, as millions of other survey platforms out there operate on exactly the same mechanism and attract companies to spend billions for retrieving feedback on their products. However, another question that might have popped into your mind during all this would be, why does MindSwarms do video surveys? Although it might sound like an unnecessary deep dive into the insights of the platform, all of it will make sense in just a moment. So to answer this question in the simplest way possible, it would be that video surveys are excellent for actually understanding and interacting with the surveyee in depth. And what does that translate to exactly? Well, it has been studied that video surveys on average deliver 6 times more content than conventional text or multiple choice questionnaires, and that individual consumer stories are drastically more memorable than random numbers on a chart or graph. The emotions that can be transmitted through video surveys goes miles ahead in bringing a research study to life, rather than surveys sometimes absent-mindedly filling out text or checkboxes on a screen. And this interactivity is exactly why MindSwarm pays $50 per video survey for. It all connects now, doesn't it? Now you may find yourself asking, okay, but how do I get started with MindSwarms? Well, for that, let's walk you through the whole process from signing up all the way to getting paid for your first survey. Starting with, obviously, signing up. First, you want to go to Google and search for MindSwarms. Once on the site, you are going to want to click on Get a Demo. Next, click on Get Started under where it says I want to earn money by participating in a study. Lastly, put in your information and complete the registration. Optionally, there is also an option to download the MindSwarms app on your phone, which would help in killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because that way you can record your surveys and send them over directly from your phone. Now, complete your profile. After you sign up, you'll be asked for basic information required to set up your profile. This includes the usual full name, country, phone number, email address, and gender. Then, an introductory video will need to be recorded of you and uploaded so that MindSwarms can know more about you. But no need to panic or be confused. They'll have instructions and topics for you to talk about in there. This profile you've set up will now allow MindSwarms to reach out with questionnaires relevant to you. So now that you've set up your profile and a researcher has approved it, it is now time to get ready to make some cheddar. You can apply to potential surveys that you feel qualified for, and once selected, just open up your webcam or phone and begin recording answers. Okay, well, it's not that easy. Simply opening your phone, turning it backwards, and beginning to record isn't maybe the best way to do it. MindSwarms does have a few obvious but important guidelines that all surveyees must follow in order to have a successful survey. First and foremost, your face should be well lit, because they obviously want answers from you, not from a strange-looking dark figure sitting in dim light. Secondly, don't forget to turn off loud fans or air conditioners around the area of recording so that it doesn't sound like you're sitting underneath a helicopter that's about to take off. Always make sure you have crisp and clear audio. And lastly, answer everything well. On average, each survey should have around 7 questions, and it's definitely advised to not give one-word answers. Instead, take your time to answer each question in depth and take about 40 to 50 seconds to give sufficient details. All in all, the whole process should take around 20 minutes of your time, and since there is no need for editing or enhancements to the video, you can just recheck for clarity and send it over directly when completed. However, do note that one definite downside to MindSwarms is that there just aren't enough surveys happening regularly on the platform. But once you get the ball rolling, 3 or 4 surveys a month would easily make you an extra $150 to $200 in less than an hour spent to actually work on it. Now, since we've come to an end, I just want you to know all we've talked about today takes time, from thinking about it to actually signing up, making an account, and filling out your first survey. And although 20 minutes for completing one may not sound like a lot, in the great words of Leo Christopher, there's only one thing more precious than our time, and that is who we spend it on. Simply meaning that by liking this video and subscribing to Jon McNeill, you'll realize exactly whom you should be spending your time with. Anyways, guys, that is all for today, and I will see you in the next one.